Hi there. I want to talk just a little bit about how you teach canons to your family. Many parents find the idea of learning music as a family or teaching music to their children utterly unimaginable. Parents who have no prior experience with music tend to assume that there is some secret knowledge or special competencies or maybe a special sauce for a low price that they need, without which it is impossible to lead their family in music. The reality is that unless your goal is to turn your family into a performing ensemble, this is a completely fallacious assumption. If the goal is simply to work heartily in our vocation as musical worshipers of the living God, or to saturate your home with joyful music and to use family singing as a powerful tool in binding God's word on the tablet of our hearts, or just to unite us together to have fun, just for joy, even the most hopelessly unmusical parent can lead with confidence. So, how would I teach canons specifically? There are many approaches to learning these canons, and while some families might be able to sight read them and perform them expertly with no practice, it takes most families a week or more before they can be sung comfortably. And that's even without the canon coming into play. We'll talk about that in a second. It is also important to be realistic about expectations. With two musical parents and a large family of teenage children who are already strong singers, one set of expectations may be valid. However, for a mother trying to incorporate singing into a homeschool rhythm for her first grader while her husband is at work and her two toddlers are imposing their imaginative conquest upon the house, a very different set of expectations should be in place. Regardless of the family context, however, there is much benefit in the attempt to learn and sing generally, and especially to sing these canons. Having said all this, it certainly helps to have a game plan when it comes to methods. While the time frame of how you move through these steps may be relative to your situation, the following is a good way to start. So the parents who will be teaching the canon and leading the singing should listen to a recording of the canon, or if necessary, and follow along with the music as needed. Listen multiple times until it's familiar enough to sing out loud without the recording. That's kind of as a starting point. Then teach one phrase at a time. Now a phrase could be 6 measures, or it could be 3 notes. So you have to know, like, how much are you going to break up those phrases to make them singable, depending on how musical your family is, how old the kids are. The leader should sing the first phrase, just like I do on the videos. Sing the first phrase and have his or her family repeat it back. This may take several repetitions before it is comfortable. For some families, especially those with younger children, learning one phrase might be an appropriate challenge for one sitting. For more difficult pieces of music or those with longer phrases, it may help to break each phrase in half or in quarters and teach it in chunks. Then do the same thing with each subsequent phrase. After you learn the second phrase, glue it together and link it with phrase 1 and sing the 2 together. Work your way to the end this way. The stronger you know the bulk and the bigger the bulk gets, the easier it is to add on to it. Then repeat them frequently. Sing the canon a bunch of times before you try to sing it in a canon format. Sing while you wash the dishes. Sing while you put on pajamas. Sing just the melody while you brush the kids' teeth. I do this with my kids all the time on E or Ah. It's a really good way to get them to show you their teeth. E, then they repeat E. Sing while you pick up the living room or while you ride in the car. Remember that the goal is that these words would be put into our minds and written upon our hearts, not that we would become a performing ensemble. Once the melody is well learned, very well learned, it's time to try it as a canon. If you have 2 parents able and willing to lead, and then you separate children out into teams, some with dad, some with mom, each singing with one parent, at least a 2-part canon should be possible. Trying and failing, that should be considered a fun and a funny challenge, and if it all totally falls apart, the appropriate response is laughter. That's not only totally fine, but it's to be expected. Even the most musical families will find this happens from time to time. Some families may find it's possible to do 3 and even 4-part canons with only the members of their own household. Most will struggle at first even to get 2 parts well represented and synchronized. The important thing to remember is that it will get better and more comfortable with practice, and your family can continue to practice together forever, for a lifetime. So whether or not you sound like a glorious family chorale, your children will be richly blessed by instilling a habit of raising voices earnestly together to the Father. That's really the goal. So sing well, sing heartily, do your best, and when you fail, you don't get frustrated, you smile, you laugh, and you just try to get these words written on your heart. I hope that's helpful, and I hope you'll give it an earnest attempt or two. Thank you.